I think that my girlfriend has not been eating enough, and now I know it is because she has been craving the idea of making me finish in bed because she thinks I am not attracted to her. My girlfriend and I have been dating for 3 years, and I have been having suspicions that she might be starving herself or at least has an eating disorder. We moved in together about a year ago, so I learned her routine pretty quickly. However, I've noticed some changes. A few examples: when she makes food, she never makes any for herself. When I ask her where her plate is, she says that she already ate. When I offer to share mine, she says no. If I insist, she takes the tiniest bite and says she's full, but then I hear her stomach growling a few hours later. Or, if we share a sandwich, she always takes the smallest half. Sometimes it's noticeably smaller, and when I mention it, she gets nervous and tries to change the subject. She's been vomiting a lot lately, and I'm scared that she's making herself throw up. She doesn't seem to have any other symptoms besides vomiting, and when I ask her if something is wrong, she says she doesn't know. Her vomiting doesn't seem real. One time I heard her making a lot of gagging noises and coughing, as if she was forcing it. I'm really scared for her. Some of her pants are looking a little loose on her now. Again, maybe it's normal, but I don't know. I talked briefly to my sister about it, and she said that I was imagining things. But I know my girlfriend. I live with her. I feel like she's going through something right under my nose, and I'm too blind to see it. One time, I planned a little date and cooked something for us. I told her I wanted to try a recipe I saw online. I wanted to eat it with her while watching a movie, but she said, "Oh no, sorry, I already ate before coming." I knew she was lying because she couldn't look me in the eyes. I told her that I thought we would eat together, and she said she forgot and that she's trying to cut out dairy, so she wouldn't have eaten it anyway. Again, lies. I dropped it because I didn't want to fight, so we just watched the movie in mostly silence. I heard her stomach growl a couple of times, and she just drank water. I was getting so irritated because I had food prepared for both of us, so why not just eat? We went to sleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and found her eating the food I had made earlier. Why is she ashamed to eat in front of me? I have never done or said anything to make her insecure about her body or her weight. I don't understand. She's always preaching communication, so why not communicate with me? Am I imagining things? Also, she's been pressing me about going to the gym with her and making her a workout plan. Again, maybe she's just trying to get into fitness, but with everything else, I'm scared it's something worse. If she is starving herself, how do I approach this conversation with her? Has anyone else dealt with something like this? How did it end? Thank you. Update 1. I ended up having a conversation with her yesterday, and here's how it went down. I told her yesterday morning not to make any plans for that night because I wanted to do something with her. When she came home, I acted as if everything was normal. Not going to lie, I was scared at first because she seems so on guard these days. Every time I tried to talk about this, she would always shut it down or just leave, so I was scared she would do that again. I read some comments saying not to bring up her physical appearance because it could be seen as a win in her eyes, so I really tried not to do that. I ended up saying something like, "Baby, I want to talk to you because I've noticed certain behaviors, and I'm worried about you. But I just want to start off by saying that I love you more than life, and that's why I really want to solve this because I truly want to spend the rest of my life with you. But I've noticed that you haven't been eating a lot lately, and it's really worrying me. I know we've talked about this before, but I really want to have a conversation about it right now because I love you so much, and I'm scared for you. It's not weird that I care about you eating. I'm getting scared that something will happen to you because not eating and making yourself throw up can seriously affect your health. I am not trying to fight with you, but I feel like if we're in a relationship, I should and have to bring up my concerns when there's something. Will you please help me understand what's going on? I love you more than anything. Please just help me help you." She said I was making a big deal out of nothing and that she was fine. I said that in our 3 years of dating, I had never seen her act like this, and she said, "Well, of course, I'm not going to be the same at 20 and at 23, I said, "Please just talk to me and tell me what's going on." She was quiet for a little bit and then said, "Do you think I look skinnier?" I didn't know what to say. Again, some people said not to tell her if I noticed her weight loss, but then I didn't want to lie to her. I said I didn't know and that I didn't notice those kinds of things. I then said that her throwing up was concerning too and I felt like she did it secretly as if she was doing it on purpose. I followed with, "I just want to help you, please," and she blurted out, "I know you don't find me attractive anymore." I was speechless, not going to lie, because it's not true, and she just started crying like I've never seen her cry before. She was inconsolable. She eventually told me that she knew we had bedroom issues because of my lack of attraction to her. Context: I've had issues finishing, and it strained our relationship a bit. We had a serious talk about it. I got an appointment with a urologist, and I thought we had moved past it. She said that she knew I wasn't able to finish because I thought she was ugly and fat. I was so confused. She even pulled up examples that I had no idea about. She said that 3 or 4 months ago, we were doing it, and when I was about to finish, I apparently glanced at her stomach, and it made me not able to. I reassured her that this was completely false and that I might have a medical issue, but I love her body and her face, and I think she's the prettiest woman I've ever laid eyes on. She was like, "Stop lying." She then revealed that she didn't even want to get skinny and that she's doing all of this for me. I didn't know what to say. I've never been in those types of situations. I just held her as she was crying in my arms, and at this point, I was crying too. I just repeated that I love her and that I'm here for her. She was crying so hard. She fell asleep in my arms. While she was sleeping, I started looking up couples therapists and eating disorder therapists. When she woke up, she looked happier. She still wasn't eating, but she seemed less reserved. And here I am now. I saw a comment suggesting that I should buy low-calorie snacks just to get her to eat, but I'm scared. Just finally having that conversation was hard, but now getting her to eat is a different story. Same with therapy. I don't know if she'll blow up at that suggestion. I called in sick at work just to spend time with her. I will try to eventually convince her to go to therapy, but for now, I don't know. Update 2. Well, she broke up with me, and words can't express how sad I feel. I was planning on proposing in August. I already have the ring and saved up almost a year for it. I don't know what to do. I sincerely love her more than life, more than myself. Here's what happened. I tried to give her as much space as I could regarding eating. I would make protein shakes and leave them in the blender so she could drink them whenever she wanted. I took her out on dates whenever possible to keep her from staying home and making herself vomit. I constantly complimented her and made sure not to finish eating before her or pressure her to eat faster when we dined together. Things seemed to improve a little. Then I had a urologist appointment. I've been having issues finish, which made my girlfriend insecure. The results came back normal, and I was told it could be due to stress or performance anxiety. When I shared this with my girlfriend, she didn't take it well. She said I was confirming her fears that I wasn't attracted to her. She said she would have understood if it was a medical issue, but since my body is fine, then I obviously am just not attracted to her. I tried to explain that it wasn't true, but she got more upset. She was like, "How come both our bodies are fine yet I can finish and you can't?" She followed with, "You obviously don't find me attractive. You're gonna sit there and tell me that you find me so pretty and so hot that you can't finish for me? That's what you're trying to make me believe right now?" I was speechless. I could understand her perspective but wished she could see how much I adore her. I'm a little ashamed to admit, but I was tearing up because I didn't know what else to say. It seemed like every time I'd say something, she'd twist it in a way that made sense but just wasn't true. She accused me of trying to manipulate her with my tears and stormed out. I cried for a while and then went for a drive to clear my mind. When I returned around 9 p.m., I went straight to shower and sleep without talking to her. The next morning, we didn't really talk. She tried to apologize with intimacy, but I didn't give in, which upset her. The following day, I apologized because I couldn't handle the tension. I suggested that eating disorder centers might help her and offered to go with her if she wanted. She said she'd think about it. Everything seemed fine that day, and that night we had intimacy for the first time in a long while. However, I couldn't finish, and although she didn't say anything, I knew she was disappointed. She avoided me the next day and even stayed at a friend's place. 2 days later, she told me that our relationship was the source of her body image issues, even though she's told me that she struggled with body image issues in her teens. She said she couldn't see herself getting better while staying with me. She said she knew she was sick and needed help but she had to do it alone. I said she didn't have to, and to tell me what to do and I'll do it, and she said no. I told her I couldn't see myself with anyone else, and I know she feels the same way, and she said she's tired of feeling insecure and the relationship makes her feel insecure. I know she's sick and it's making her think that way, but it's so unfair. I've never cried so hard in my life. I was literally begging her to just think about it before making it official, but she said no. I'm letting her stay at our apartment while I'm staying with a friend because I can't stand being in there without her. I don't know where I went wrong. I tried so hard to be patient, understanding, you name it. I know she feels insecure about my ed, but I can't help it. This is the woman I planned on marrying, the woman I opened up to for the first time, the woman I lost my first time to, the first woman to meet my family, my best friend in the entire world. I don't know what to do. I'm sharing this here because I can't hold it in any longer. My heart feels like it will explode. So yeah, all of this for nothing, I guess.